Hi, it's a cloudy day in Dallas. The vibes are not immaculate, but still we persist. Thank you for all the nice feedback on my first video. I'm really flattered that you guys took the time to watch it and that you liked it. But I had a few people that were like, you should introduce yourself. Like, brilliant idea. I should introduce myself. So I'm gonna talk about that while I do my makeup and probably just ramble and we'll see what happens. So let's get started. A little about me. I have been an esthetician slash makeup artist for 20 years. So your girl has been in the game for a minute. I've literally had people tell me to start a YouTube channel for over a decade, and I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't feel like, I know the market is very oversaturated. It's like, do we really need another influencer? Do we really need more people, talking about makeup online? But apparently we do. Okay, so not only do I do makeup on people, I also do skincare, I do waxing. I feel like makeup has always been my thing. I mean, that's honestly why I went to beauty school in the first place, was because I wanted to do makeup. I had no idea I could just work at MAC. So I actually didn't even really learn anything about makeup in school, or maybe I wasn't open to it, because you better believe that I walked in thinking that I was the next Kevin Aquan. But honestly, I'm really glad that I went to beauty school for multiple reasons. I had really bad skin. That's how I got into makeup in the first place, because I had bad skin when I was in high school. And that was my way of covering it up and feeling confident at all. I just got really into it. I mean, I would literally do some of my classmates' makeup during homework time. But anyway, I'm really glad that I learned how to do eyebrows and learn more about skincare, because not only did it help myself, but it's such a gift to be able to meet people and make them feel really, really good about themselves. And because I've been there, because I've had issues with my skin, I have that empathy and I can fully understand where people are coming from. So I'm really fortunate to have a job that I really like. Oh my God, I hope you can't hear all the construction that's happening in the background. There's this huge apartment building that's being built right across the street from me. I hope you can't hear it. If not, just pretend like it's house music or something. I just used my St. Minerals BB cream and I mixed it with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. Okay, so I just got this from Made by Mitchell. It's the curve case. I got it in all of the sets, all of the colors. So this is the light case, because your girl is pale. But the other ones I got for my kids, I opened this up and I was like, this one's gonna be for me. So I also bought his brush set. Okay, sorry, some of these are dirty because I've used them, but look at these. I got all these brushes for like 30 bucks and they're actually really good. So I'm gonna use some of these today. So I'm gonna start with this brush. We're just keeping it real, right? I don't have clean brushes every time I do my makeup, so hopefully you guys like this. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the lightest color. It's called Coolectable. I love cream products. I think a lot of people that don't really wear a lot of makeup are a little either intimidated by them or don't really know how to use them, but they're so easy to blend. They're kind of foolproof. So whenever I do lessons with my clients, it's a major thing that I really try to sell them on. This is a really creamy formula. So, I mean, you can really make it sheer or you can add more depth if you want to. I mean, look at that. Easy. I should say simple. I was so bad when I said that because I'm sure people are like, bitch, that is not easy, but I think it's simple. So just going through where I normally contour. So I'm literally just kind of stamping it on. And I like that it just adds a little bit of a wash of color to your face also. And now I'm gonna go in with the darker colors. These little guys right here. Shady Business. Perfect. Right up my alley. Just deepen up some of these areas that I want to look a little bit more dramatic. So I almost want to go for an ombre effect on my forehead. So I'm just gonna go closer to my hairline with this, which if I have a fresh bleach, this is dangerous. You gotta be careful with it. I'm certainly getting it in my hair, but oh well. Okay, more about myself. So I moved down to Dallas from Minnesota it'll be 2 years ago in May. Okay, wait, before I start yapping about that, I got these beauty blender knockoffs on Amazon and they're amazing. I think the whole bag, I think there's 6 in a bag, and for the cost of it, I think you would get this much of an actual beauty blender. It's a little bit firm, but I'm here for it. Approved. I'm gonna spray it with some Danessa Myricks setting spray and blend this out. Okay, let's get back on track. I don't know, I just gotten kind of tapped out. I was really burnt out when I was in Minnesota. I had an amazing clientele and I love my job. I think I I wanted a new start, and I also could not do the Minnesota winters anymore at all. I decided to come down here, and it's been good. I mean, obviously there have been certain challenges that I didn't anticipate being so hard, but overall I think I'm really impatient. Well, I know I'm really impatient, but when I stop and think like, okay, I moved here and I basically didn't know anybody, I'm doing pretty well, you know? We're making it happen. Shout out to all my friends and people that I have met since I've moved here that have helped me. And honestly, I would have probably never started a YouTube channel, and I also started a podcast last year. I probably would have never done that in Minnesota because I was just so busy with work all the time. So having this clean slate honestly gave me more of an opportunity to tap into a different side of my creativity. So yay. Anyway, I feel like I'm jumping all over the place, but I was hesitant to start a YouTube channel for the reasons I stated before, but also I think it's like a little intimidating when so many makeup artists or influencers, they're being sent so many products. I'm like, I have like my tried and true stuff. Like, did we forget about her? Like, I still have this and I still use it, but like, is that exciting on YouTube? I don't think so. I mean, maybe once brands start sending me stuff, I'm gonna be like, you need this new, but right now I'm not on that wave yet. Now that I got this cute little base going on, I'm gonna go in with the curve case again. Well, now I'm feeling insecure that I'm using dirty brushes, but this is real. Like, obviously on my clients, my brushes are clean all the time, but okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Look at these cute little blush numbers over here. This is like the perfect bitchy like Barbie pink, so we're gonna use her. It's called Cold Heart. Love it. It's so good. Okay, so when I'm using blush, I just apply it to the apples of my cheeks and I blend outwards. I know people are like putting it underneath their eyes. With my hair and with everything, I feel like it just looks extra 80s on me, so I tend to just stick to the classic shape. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my NARS Creamy Concealer, classic. I don't even really know what I'm doing with this look. We're just gonna see what happens. Can you hear the plane flying overhead? Just so noisy. I hope you guys like construction ASMR in your makeup tutorials. Okay, so to blend out my concealer, I'm gonna use a MAC 224. This is just the perfect brush for blending out concealer and blending out anything, honestly. This is one of my new obsessions. I know I talked about the blush in my last video, but this is a liquid highlighter called Drip Drip. It's so good. Look at that. Oh, I love. So I'm gonna take this and put it on the highest point of my cheekbone. Just a little tap on the brow. Oh gosh, I have a lot of bronzer. I have a lot of bronzer in my hair. Whatever. Also, my hair, I'm growing it out, and not that anyone cares, but I just have to apologize because I hate doing my hair, and I have a really, I think it's a weird hair texture. I feel like I look like Christopher Walken a little bit, you know? And honestly, sometimes I look like Trump. Like, my hair just, it's really, I don't know. Just focus on the makeup, okay? Please. Please, dear God. Love. All right, so let's move on to the eyes. I'm gonna do that before I set anything with powder. I'm gonna go in with my Ellie Fix. So when it comes to being a makeup artist, I did a ton of weddings when I was living in Minnesota. I also do a lot of event makeup. Now I can't stop thinking about the fact that I'm using like dirty brushes for this video. Like, I couldn't have taken 2 seconds to just like wash them real quick. When being relatable goes wrong, right? Okay, so I am using my St. Minerals Taupe Brow Butter. I jacked up my eyebrows so badly when I was younger. Like, I bleached them, and I mean, they were so thin. So now it's just a reminder of my poor choices every time I do my eyebrows. I forgot that I bought this, but this is a Made by Mitchell, another blush in Champagne Spray. Let's try it on my hand here. Oh, that's so pretty. Gonna need to use that on my eyelids. Okay, I'm gonna use a very old tried and true MAC Groundwork Paint Pot. It's like the perfect taupey, cool tone color. We're a fan. I'm gonna use one of the Made by Mitchell brushes. Bringing that all over the lid. And then I always like to go underneath and kind of mirror everything that I did on top. So because I have a smaller lid space, I really like to use the space that I have underneath my eyes to make my eyes look bigger. I think a lot of people can be a little bit intimidated by putting so much color underneath your eyes, but it really helps to open everything up, so don't be scared. Quick note about blending. I always think it's helpful to hold your brushes further back towards the end. I think if you're holding like this, I mean, you can definitely sense that you are trying to control what the brush is doing versus letting the brush just do its job. So if you are having any issues with blending, that's probably my #1 tip. Let the brush do its job. Work smarter, not harder. So now I'm gonna go in with the same minerals, the brown eyeliner. Just go along the lash line. I'm gonna use this almost as a base for my eyeshadow. I'm going to use that same brush. So this is a water resistant formula, so it's a little bit trickier to blend out. So because of that, it's a little sticky. So that's why I'm using tapping motions versus dragging it, because I don't want to destroy my skin. If you got, you know, like 16-year-old eyeball skin, go for it. Have at it. But I'm trying to keep this in place. Same thing. I need to sharpen this. Hold, please. This is the best pencil sharpener, my Kitco. It's amazing. You know, when you buy a pencil initially and you're like, this is the perfect point, I'm never gonna get it like this again. This brings it back to factory settings. There we go, back in business. All right, so I did a little bit underneath again to mirror everything. Now we're gonna do the other eye. So for this, I'm starting kind of at the center of my eye and then I'm flicking upwards. Again, this formula is a little sticky. I'm just going in left to right motions. Motions? You get it. So I'm always checking to make sure that it's somewhat symmetrical. You can see that this line is way harsher. So that means we need to blend more. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with powder, aka eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with eyeshadow and set everything. I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath Celestial Nirvana eyeshadow palette in Nude Allure. I have no idea if this is still available. Sorry if it's not. Lots of beautiful shimmer color. Lots of beautiful shimmer colors that are gonna look really good on top of the Champagne Spray blush. I'm excited, but I do want a matte color in my crease and I don't want it to be as dark as the one that's in that palette. So let's grab a bronzer. I can't find the one I'm looking for, so I'm gonna use this. It's the Chantecaille bronzer. I actually really love it. It smells like Old Rich Woman. I don't know how else to describe it. It's very florally. I don't know, it just does. It just smells like Old Rich Woman. So get into it. Actually, look at that. First brush I grabbed, Pat McGrath blending brush. We love consistency. So let's go in the crease. Brush, held at the end. Windshield wiper motion. So I'm just going through my crease and then I blend outwards when there's not much left on my brush. I'm gonna use a smaller blending brush, the one I was using earlier, and I'm going to go underneath my eye with that same bronzer. I'm going to use the darkest color in this palette. Okay, so this is the My Precise Crease brush from my Kitco. And I'm just going to go over where I put the eyeliner. Going back in with the mother of all makeup artists brush, Pat McGrath. Going in and just blending out any of the edges again. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with champagne spray, finally, so I can stop talking about it. Going in with another Made by Mitchell brush. All right, Mitchell, show me what you got. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's so good. Wow, holy shit. Oh my God. Do you see? That is a phenom. Mitchell, yes. Okay. Yo. Just a moment of silence. Just a moment of silence for champagne spray. Just fully admiring myself from every angle. Yeah. Let's give this a feel here. I don't know how much this is going to dry down, so this might crease, but we're risking it. So I'm gonna go in with some of the shimmery shades. Probably gonna go in with this bronzy one right here. We'll do that all over. Use my finger. I mean, that's good. Grabbing a little bit more. Trying to like keep my composure here, but I'm freaking out on the inside because I'm in love. That is so good. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mirror. I forgot to put this underneath my eye. Let's do it. I'm just so distracted by the beauty. Because do I want this shimmer underneath? You bet your ass I do. She's looking ethereal. Okay, I'm gonna use this purple color on the outer corner, because why not? So when I'm doing makeup on clients, I feel like most of them want a really, you know, glam, like perfected look, but on myself, I like it to be a little messy and I like it to be a little like grungy and like cool looking. So if you see this looking messy and you're like, what are you doing? Let me live. Okay, so now for the inner corner, I'm gonna do this little pink number right here. I also like to kind of go in this inner part as well. I'm just really praying that you can see what I'm doing. Yes, Pat. Okay, so like with any art that you're doing, you kind of need to step back and make sure everything's looking cohesive, everything's looking blended out, nothing's looking too crazy. So I'm gonna blend this part out. Okay, so for the liner, I'm gonna use this Danessa Myrix product. It's in Tribe, it's a dark purple. I just think it'll look cool with the color scheme I got going on here. I don't really know if I want a wing. I'm still gonna go in with an angle brush and probably not be super neat with it. Probably just gonna douse the brush in product and then go in. Okay, I lied. I did a little flick. I've never used this brush, so I kind of just wanted to see the flick capabilities, and the flick is flicking. It's pretty good. Now I'm gonna set everything with powder, so I'm going to go in with the bootleg beauty blender, but it's good. I'm gonna go in with the By Cherry hyaluronic acid powder, because you know I love it. Even though I love the glow on my cheeks, I'm just going to set it with a little bit of powder because I'm going to go over it with some powder blush. And this is like the lightest layer of powder too. All right, let's keep on the Shantikai train. I feel like I'm still looking a little shiny in through here. So I'm gonna grab more powder and a smaller brush. Go in and set that these areas a little bit more. Yes. I think especially if you're doing a look that has a lot of shimmer in it. Personally, I don't want to look shimmery everywhere. I think it adds more interest if certain parts of your face are matte, unless you're doing like an editorial kind of look. Or if you like to look super shiny everywhere, I love that for you. I just don't. Now I'm going to add a little bit more coverage in the T-zone area with the St. Minerals pressed powder and I'm using my Kiko, my perfect powder brush, and nothing has been more truthful. This brush is perfect. And now I'm going to add more blush. These are my faves. This is an RMS blush in French Rosé. Beautiful. Shimmery, adds a nice little pop of color, looks really fresh and gorgeous. I use these on almost all of my clients, so. Okay, so now I'm going in with the Kevyn Aucoin contour powder. I just like to use a little bit of this on an angle brush, like literally the smallest amount, just to make sure my cheekbones look nice and snatched. So this is a St. Minerals lip liner in 01. These are not available yet, but sneak peek. I really love this color. It is like the perfect nude color. I like to use it as a base to give my lips some definition. So I'm going to go back in with the curve case and I'm gonna use the same pink color that I used on my cheeks. I'm gonna use that on my lip. Colors like this make my world go round. Like, is your hair blown back like mine is? Cause it's so good. Now I'm gonna go in and use some mascara to finish everything off. Okay, so this is the look. It's taking everything in me to not want to add fake lashes because I think that that would just make everything look perfect. But honestly, I don't have time. I gotta go to work, but let me know what else you want to see. I'm here for you. I figured let's be just sparkly all over, right?